Good morning. There we go.
Good morning.
I'm Chrissy Kim, a member of your Board of Trustees. Welcome to you, old friends and new, young and seasoned. You are an essential part of our celebration today. Whether today is your first or your 1000th Sunday in our midst, we are stronger because you are here with us. Whether you join us here in person or online via Zoom, we are so glad you're here. We are one people of many beliefs, many origins, sexualities, and genders. We are all growing, all learning, all loved. Just as you are welcome here. As we do each week, and as I begin our gathering, I respectfully acknowledge that I speak to you today from occupied Puyallup and Coast Salish ancestral lands. I pay respect to elders past and present, and extend that respect to their descendants and all Indigenous peoples. We continue to join you in multi-platform mode. You'll see some of us here in the sanctuary and others zooming in online. For those meeting in person today, we invite you to join us for coffee time following the service. Red mugs are for visitors who would like to chat. Also today, we have an ice cream social planned to welcome Reverend Crystal and give folks a chance to get to know her. For those in person, this facility is equipped with a hearing assistance system. Devices are available at the table in the back of the sanctuary. And we also have large print hymnals at the back table for those who would like one. Next Sunday, September 24th, is our special congregational meeting after the service. Please be sure to be here so we can take care of an important congregational business issue. We will be in person as well as have a Zoom option. So please make it a priority so that we have a quorum. If you haven't chosen a picture to color during service yet, there are a wide variety outside in the lobby, as well as markers and crayons. Please go out and get one. And then after the service, please put your completed picture in the basket at the back of the sanctuary on your way out. Reverend Crystal has plans for them. I also wanted to make sure to draw your attention to upcoming events and announcements that's attached to your order of service today. So do give that a read. One I want to point out is Saturday, September 30th at 7 p.m. is a detention lottery play. So this is a really important fundraiser for Aid Northwest, for they're advocates for those that are in the detention center here in Tacoma. So please consider making that your Saturday plans for that day. Now today we celebrate our annual Ingathering with our holy ritual of water communion, in which we symbolize our coming together after a summer of travel and rest. Through the sacred element of water, we celebrate all that is life-giving and restorative to our spirits. Our water communion, the commingling of waters, reminds us that no matter where we go or for how long we're apart, the love of this community draws us back in, warm and welcoming. You've been invited to bring water with you for this ritual. If you are joining us online, I invite you to have your collected water nearby at this time, as well as a container for which you can pour your water, into which you can pour your water. For those of us gathered here on site, you will be given instructions during the ceremony for coming forward and pouring your water into our communal vessel. Now, don't worry if you're like me and left your water on the counter at home, we've got you covered. We have a pitcher of water here that you can use to participate in the ceremony. For those of you joining online, there will be an opportunity for you to participate as well. As we move through the service, I invite you to consider this question. What gift will you share with our community from your heart and your spirit in the coming year? Now, let us join together for our annual Ingathering service.
Good morning. I am Reverend Crystal Zerfoss. I use her pronouns. I am a middle-aged white woman with short, dirty blonde hair, and I'm wearing a white robe today with a blue water-themed stole. Our opening words this morning come from the Reverend Kimberly Tomzak Carlson. It is not by chance that you arrived here today. You have been looking for something larger than yourself. Inside of you, there is a yearning, a calling, a hope for more, a desire for a place of belonging and caring. Through your struggles, someone nurtured you into being, instilling a belief in a shared purpose, a common yet precious resource that belongs to all of us when we share. And so you began seeking a beloved community, a people that does not put fences around love, a community that holds its arms open to the possibilities of love, a heart home to nourish your soul and share your gifts. Welcome home. Welcome to worship.
Is Joy. Joy is going to be lighting our chalice this morning. She has attended several different UU churches in the region. She has a heart for social justice. Because she works 12-hour days, she's not always here on Sunday morning, but she is part of us. Please join in the words of our chalice lighting. We light this chalice in deep respect for the wisdom and holiness of life, in honor and gratitude for those who have gone before, with love and compassion for those who dwell among us, and with hope and faith for the generations to come.
If you don't have fun today, it's because you have forgotten how to smile. We're going to start out passing around some noisemakers. I want everybody who can, we don't have enough for everyone, so share. And so if you'd like one, come on up and get one. We're not going to be the stuck to your seat kind of thing today. Grab one. And we will be singing Enter, Rejoice, and Come in the gray hymnal. It's number 361. Please stand as you're able and join with me in singing our opening hymn. Rejoice and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a wonderful day. Enter,
Excellent. You can put your shakers under your seats because guess what? We'll use them again later. I would like to at this time invite anyone who is young at heart, our children, our young ones, anyone who would like to come forward for our time for all ages. I have a story for you this morning. Come on up here and join me on the floor or in those front seats. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Folks left their shakers behind. That is amazing. A unicorn ring. Oh my gosh. An alicorn. I don't know what that means.
It's part Pegasus, part pony, and part unicorn.
That's 3 parts. That's pretty cool. Today I have a story for you called Higgins, A Drop with a Dream, and it's written by Reverend Christopher Buse.
What? That's long.
I know. Once upon a time, there was a drop of water named Higgins. Higgins was no ordinary drop of water. He was a drop with a dream. Higgins lived in a valley where it had not rained in a very long time, so all the lovely green grass was turning brown. All the beautiful flowers were wilting, and all the trees are starting to droop. Higgins had a dream that one day the valley would be a beautiful place again.
So this is the valley.
Exactly, that's what the valley looked like. But what could Higgins do? After all, he was only a drop of water.
Spread him.
He could spread him. I think you've heard this story before. One day, Higgins decided to travel to tell others about his dream. All the other drops listened very politely, but no one believed that his dream would come true. Higgins, said one, "Get your head out of the clouds. You can't spend your whole life dreaming." Higgins decided that he had to do something to make his dream come true. So he began to think and think and think. You're the drop of water. One day, he was walking past a rusty old bucket, and he got an idea. Light bulb.
I'm the rusty old bucket.
You're the rusty old bucket. We've got actors up here. If enough of us drops of water got together in this bucket, Higgins thought, there would be enough water to sprinkle on a few flowers to help them grow and become beautiful again. You're Higgins. Oh my God, wow. Should have done this differently. We got actors up here. Higgins told everybody his new idea, but everybody still thought he was being foolish. That Higgins is nothing but a dreamer, they said. Higgins decided he had to do something to convince them that he was right. So he said to them, "I don't know about you, but I'm getting into that bucket. I hope some of you will join me. Then there might be enough water to help at least some flowers grow beautiful again."
I'm going in the bucket.
You're going in the bucket. All right. So Higgins ran as hard as he could. How about you all be Higgins right now? You're gonna pretend like you're running. Pretend like you're running. And then you're gonna hop high in the air and you're gonna jump in the bucket. Whoa, yes! And kerplunk, Higgins landed in the bucket.
This is the bucket.
And there Higgins sat, just a drop in the bucket.
I'm the bucket.
For a long time, Higgins sat there very lonely. It seemed like no one else was going to join him. But after a while, some of the other drops could see that the grass was dying, and the flowers were wilting, and the trees were drooping. Y'all are drops. They all agreed that something must be done. Suddenly, one drop shouted, "I'm going in the bucket with Higgins." And he leaped in the air. You want to leap in the air? You're one of these drops. You're going to leap in the air and land in the bucket. Whoa, kerplunk. Then 2 other drops yelled, "Wait for us." And they hopped through the air and landed in the bucket. And 10 drops jumped through the air into the bucket. Then 30, then 50, then hundreds of drops came from all around just to hop in the bucket. Soon, the buckets were completely full of water. But there were still more drops that wanted to join. So they found another bucket and they started to jump in that bucket and they filled that bucket. And then they had 2 buckets of water and then 3 and then 4 and then 10 and then hundreds of buckets of water. Along came a powerful breeze. Can you make a powerful breeze? It blew over all the buckets and all the water flowed together to make a mighty stream. Everywhere the water flowed, the grass turned green and the flowers bloomed and the trees stood tall and straight once more. All of this happened because Higgins had a dream. Oh my goodness, I think I've lost control. You know what? We can all be Higgins and not just acting it out. We can be that drop in a bucket and we can encourage other people to get together and do what's right. We can all jump in the bucket together, right? Let's make a commitment to join together to make a mighty river and bring about beloved community with our love. How about you all stand and all together, we're going to jump in the bucket together. Yes. We don't. Okay, well, I'm going to count. You ready? We're going to jump in the bucket together as a community. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Excellent. Amen. Thank you for sharing in our time for all ages this morning. I'm going to invite you to go back to your seats because you're staying with us today. Thank you.
We now come to the part of our service where your caring, your generosity, your checkbook helps this church continue to give value to the community and to the congregation. As you can see on the screen, you can donate online. You can make a commitment to donate automatically every month. But the most important thing is to realize that this church, just like us, needs nutrition to carry on. And your donations are the nutrition that lets this church function. Thank you.
In gratitude for this generosity, please join me in the dedication of the offering. We dedicate ourselves and our offerings to the work of this congregation, weaving a tapestry of love we call community, both within and beyond these walls.
And now we get to sing one of this congregation's favorite hymns. In your teal hymnal, it is number 1064, Blue Boat Home. Please rise as you're able to join with me in singing Blue Boat Home. Below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean. Still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor nor port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun my sail and moon my rudder as I plow the starry seas, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, lifting here with my ship's companions, all we hundred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heaven in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks that the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor nor port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Today is in our calendar is the second day, looking at the calendar that we look at here in the United States, of Rosh Hashanah, a time our Jewish siblings pause to take stock of their lives and to prepare for the new year. Rosh Hashanah begins the 10 days of awe, otherwise known as the Jewish High Holy Days, the most sacred time of the year. It is during this time that folks make space to reflect and hold sacred both the beauty and mystery of this amazing creation of which we all are a part, and contemplate their own individual repentance for the past hurts of this year. Let us take a moment of silence as we too give thanks and look within. Thank you. Friends, today is a special day in the life of our community. It is our Ingathering Sunday, the time when we come together to celebrate water communion and officially start our new program year together. Sometimes referred to as mingling the waters, the Unitarian Universalist ceremony of water communion is one in which everyone is encouraged to participate. This summer, we took some time to rest and invite change. And now we reconvene, committing ourselves once more to the life and vitality of this, our faith community. We are separate beings and all one together, interdependent. Each of us a gift, each of us a necessary part of the collective whole. As water scatters into rain and clouds and streams and springs and ponds and puddles, and yet flows together again and again, so too do we gather together intentionally, one great planetary ocean. When you came in this morning, the greeters offered you several different coloring pages to decorate and to beautify. And I couldn't figure out when Chrissy was welcoming folks and offering some announcements why nobody was looking at her. And I realized later that you were all coloring. So that is one.
Switch to one for you.
Thank you. The folks online are just seeing the bowl and not my face, so we're correcting that. This one.
There we go.
Thank you.
See?
Yep. I wonder if anybody has any of their coloring sheets filled in yet. Does anybody have anything colored? Can you lift them high up in the air? Can we see them? Even if they're not done. Oh, look at that. There's some beautiful art here. You can keep coloring. Like Chrissy mentioned, there is a basket in the back there. You can put them in, or if you want to take them home, that's fine too. But those that we collect, we will find a place to hang them up here in the church. These are images of UU chalices and people and scenery, and of course, water, because today's water communion. Friends, we come together in religious community, committed to like values, centered in love. We draw together our lives like a great confluence of moving waters. This brook, this creek, this stream, all joining together to form a mighty river that flows with the power of love as its current and justice its destination. Reverend Gary Kowalski reminds us that a droplet of water alone has no color. It remains clear and translucent, almost invisible. But in combination, the many drops together can create a brightly varied rainbow, unseen realities made real and present for all to witness. Together, we aspire to represent the full spectrum of humanity, to make love, justice, and hope visible upon the earth. This is what it means for us to join together in faith community. It starts with our individual drops, with a dream for the beloved community we wish to create. Today, we seek to renew our covenantal commitments and remind ourselves of the home we share, the home we welcome all to make their own, a home of love, a home of faith, a home of hope. It is through the sharing of our gifts together that this community thrives. Each of us a gift, each of us a necessary part of the collective whole. Just as our individual samples of water combine in our communal vessel, let us explore how we each contribute to the larger community, making it stronger, more peaceful, more loving, more inclusive. How we each, our own drop of water in the bucket, contribute to the wellspring of love, central to our mission here as Tahoma Unitarian Universalist Congregation. So this morning, as we mingle our waters together, I invite you to consider the gifts that you bring to this community. Whether you are a long-term member, someone who is visiting for the first time today, all gifts are welcome. In what ways do you contribute? In a moment, I will invite you to pour your individual water into our communal vessel. And as you do this, to share aloud your answer to the following question: what gift will you share from your heart and your spirit in the coming year? Let me ask that again. What gift will you share from your heart and your spirit in the coming year? Perhaps your gift is to of us to strengthen and grow this community together, to fill the bucket and water the landscape. So friends, let us enter into the time of mingling our waters. For those of you joining online, I invite you to participate in this ritual by pouring your water into your empty container and sharing the gift you bring to our community in the chat. Bob will read these aloud in a moment. For those of you here on site, the ushers will lead you forward row by row. You will come down this side aisle over here and return to your seats via this aisle over here. Please remember, as I already forgot to do, to bring your water with you. And if you don't have water, don't worry. We have a pitcher here that you can use to pour water into the vessel. When you add your water into the communal vessel, please name one gift that you bring to our community for this year. May the gifts that we bring to this community on the cusp of a new year together fill our collective well. Come.
Hello?
The first sharing was for unity.
Time. social justice passion.
Kindness.
Teaching.
Water.
Medical care.
Listening.
Love.
Social justice.
Engagement. Love.
Attention.
Encouragement.
Listening. Helping.
Helping.
Commitment.
Honesty and singing.
Listening and caring. Singing and loving.
Compassion.
Hugs.
Patience.
Hope.
Help. Hope. I'm sorry. We're going to pause for a moment, and I'm going to invite Bob to share the gifts that were shared from our folks who are joining us online.
My pleasure. From Dennis, listen to understand. From Georgia, presence. From Andrew, generosity. From Mary, active hospitality. And for myself, bring even more smiles.
Thank you, Bob.
Love. Patience.
Compassion.
Humor. Laughter, and I'm laughing because I didn't know Virgo was going to say. We're on the same team.
What? I provide a playground for the children in the neighborhood.
A playground for the children in the neighborhood. Thank you.
Optimism.
Friendship.
Friendship and commitment.
Various jobs.
It's secure.
Creativity.
Youth and presence.
I'm going to share. I can't think of it yet.
You'll think of one later.
Energy.
Commitment.
Empathy.
Helping people get to know each other.
Curiosity.
No water, no life. To know water is to know life and flow on.
Leadership. Bring joy through creativity.
Compassion.
I bring my commitment to this community. Here, mingled together from many and varied sources, are the shared gifts of our community. These waters represent the promises and aspirations that we make to one another, members of this beloved community. May this water be blessed with the love of our community. And may we be blessed by the sharing of our gifts with one another in the service of love. May it be so, and amen. I invite you to rise in body and or in spirit. And if you have a shaker, now is the time to bring that back up to the full life of its noise making, joy making, is what I should say. We're going to sing hymn number 1024, When the Spirit Says Do. It's in the teal hymnal, and the words will appear on the screen.
Says do, gonna do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, gonna do. Gonna do when the Spirit
Excellent. Ah. Let me get us back here. Will you please join me in releasing the flame of our chalice with these words from Reverend Elizabeth Sell Jones? Go ahead, Mary. Sorry. I will learn the ways here. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. The wellspring of love runs deep, and in our community, we each contribute and partake of this sacred water together. May our new year be a blessing as we join together the many and varied gifts lovingly shared. Go now in peace. Make love manifest in all you do. Shana Tova. Amen and blessed be. I invite you to please rise in body and or in spirit and join in singing our closing blessing song.